Trust is an easy word to say but a hard word to practice. God always tells us to trust His word, yet we always end up relying on our own knowledge or strength or connections, and we never succeed. Today's story is a perfect demonstration of what happens when you let God do all the thinking for you. So let's read the story of Noah. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every imagination or intent of the thoughts of his heart were only evil continually. The Lord regretted that He had made mankind on the earth, and He was grieved in His heart. So the Lord said, I will destroy mankind whom I have created from the surface of the earth, not only man, but the animals and the crawling things and the birds of the air, because it deeply grieves me to see mankind sin, and I regret that I have made them. But Noah found favor and grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the records of the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, one who was just and had right standing with God, blameless in his evil generation. Noah walked and lived in habitual fellowship with God. Now Noah became the father of 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The population of the earth was corrupt, absolutely depraved, spiritually and morally putrid in God's sight, and the land was filled with violence, desecration, infringement, outrage, assault, and lust for power. God looked on the earth and saw how debased and degenerate it was, for all humanity had corrupted their way on the earth and lost their true direction. God said to Noah, I intend to make an end of all that lives, for through men the land is filled with violence, and behold, I am about to destroy them together with the land. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, make in it rooms, stalls, pens, coops, nests, cages, compartments, and coat it inside and out with pitch. This is the way you are to make it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, its width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. You shall make a window for light and ventilation for the ark, and finish it to at least a cubit, that is 18 inches from the top, and set the entry door of the ark in its side, and you shall make it with lower, second, and third decks. For behold, I, even I, will bring a flood of waters on the earth, to destroy all life under the heavens in which there is the breath and spirit of life. Everything that is on the land shall die. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you and your 3 sons and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. And of every living thing found on land, you shall bring 2 of every kind into the ark, to keep them alive with you, they shall be male and female. Of fowls and birds according to their kind, of animals according to their kind, of every crawling thing of the ground according to its kind, 2 of every kind shall come to you to keep them alive. Also take with you every kind of food that is edible, and you shall collect and store it, and it shall be food for you and for them. So Noah did this, according to all that God commanded him, that is what he did. Then the Lord said to Noah, Come into the ark, you with all your household, for you alone I have seen as righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean animal you shall take with you 7 pair, the male and his female, and of animals that are not clean, 2 each the male and his female, also of the birds of the air, 7 pair, the male and the female, to keep the offspring alive on the surface of the earth. For in 7 days I am going to cause it to rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will destroy, blot out, wipe away every living thing that I have made from the surface of the earth. So Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood of water came on the earth. Then Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him entered the ark to escape the flood waters. Of clean animals and animals that are not clean and birds and fowls and everything that crawls on the ground, they came, motivated by God, into the ark with Noah 2 by 2, the male and the female, just as God had commanded Noah. And after the 7 days, God released the rain and the floodwaters came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the 2nd month, on that same day all the fountains of the great deep subterranean waters burst open, and the windows and floodgates of the heavens were opened. It rained on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. On the very same day Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons with them, entered the ark, they and every animal according to its kind, all the livestock according to their kinds, every moving thing that crawls on the earth according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, every winged thing of every sort. So they went into the ark with Noah, 2 by 2 of all living beings, in which there was the breath and spirit of life. Those which entered, male and female of all flesh creatures, entered as God had commanded Noah, and the Lord closed the door behind him. The flood was 40 days and nights on the earth, and the waters increased and lifted up the ark, and it floated high above the land. The waters became mighty and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the waters. The waters prevailed so greatly and were so mighty and overwhelming on the earth, so that all the high mountains everywhere under the heavens were covered. In fact, the waters became 15 cubits higher than the highest ground, and the mountains were covered. All living beings that moved on the earth perished, birds and cattle, wild animals, all things that swarm and crawl on the earth, and all mankind. Everything on the dry land, all in whose nostrils was the breath and spirit of life, died. God destroyed every living thing that was on the surface of the earth, man and animals, and the crawling things, and the birds of the heavens were destroyed from the land. Only Noah and those who were with him in the ark remained alive. The waters covered the earth for 150 days. And God remembered and thought kindly of Noah and every living thing and all the animals that were with him in the ark, and God made a wind blow over the land, and the waters receded. Also the fountains of the deep and the windows of the heavens were closed, the rain from the sky was restrained, and the waters receded steadily from the earth. At the end of 150 days the waters had diminished. On the 17th day of the 7th month, 5 months after the rain began, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to decrease until the 10th month. On the first day of the 10th month the tops of the mountains were seen. At the end of 40 days Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent out a raven, which flew here and there until the waters were dried up from the earth. Then Noah sent out a dove to see if the water level had fallen below the surface of the land. But the dove found no place on which to rest the sole of her foot, and she returned to him to the ark, for the waters were on the face of the entire earth. So he reached out his hand and took the dove, and brought her into the ark. He waited another 7 days and again sent the dove out from the ark. The dove came back to him in the evening, and there, in her beak, was a fresh olive leaf. So Noah knew that the water level had subsided from the earth. Then he waited another 7 days and sent out the dove, but she did not return to him again. Now in the 601st year of Noah's life, on the first day of the first month, the waters were drying up from the earth. Then Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and the surface of the ground was drying. On the 27th day of the 2nd month the land was entirely dry. And God spoke to Noah, saying, "Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing from all flesh, birds and animals, and every crawling thing that crawls on the earth, that they may breed abundantly on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth." So Noah went out, and his wife and his sons and their wives with him. Every animal, every crawling thing, every bird, and whatever moves on the land, went out by families from the ark. And Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took of every clean animal and of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, and the Lord said to himself, "I will never again curse the ground because of man, for the intent of man's heart is wicked from his youth, and I will never again destroy every living thing, as I have done." If you like this video, like and subscribe for more.